family, Corona, and Vin Diesel, that can mean only one thing. Fast and Furious, baby. Let's check it out. A 1, 2, 3, 4! I should really be drinking a Corona right now. But I don't drink Corona. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Mr. Teach Film Preach, and if you're a lover of films like I am, and if you learn from films as much as I do, then you are in the right place. If you feel like you're in the right place, click like down below and subscribe. That would be awesome. Like this video, and also give me your thoughts on the Fast and Furious 9th movie. What did you guys think about this film? Were you excited and anticipated? You've been waiting for like an entire year so you can actually finally see it. Also love to hear, what is your favorite Fast and Furious film? Today we are talking about the 9th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, F9. This movie is directed by Justin Lin, who was back for his 4th or 5th film now, and he is back now for this one and for the next 2 films coming out after this, which will end the franchise at 11. This movie picks up a few years after the Fate of the Furious ended, and Dom and Letty are living on a farm with their little son Brian. They get wrapped up in another whirlwind spy car race adventure. This movie is interesting in the franchise because you actually step back in the past a lot. We learn a lot about Dom and about his brother that we never knew about.
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Played by John Cena, who's, when he's younger, he's shorter than him, but now as they are older men, John Cena's taller than Vin Diesel. Doesn't make any sense. He's in sort of this like spy world and as an operative, and of course, because it's the Fast and Furious, why not?
But you turned your back on me. Now your little family is in my world.
You know, while we're at it, let's just add in a shit ton of magnets.
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh!
And send them into space.
It's working! It's working!
This movie is crazy. I mean, as I was in the movie theater, I was laughing, just having a good old time because I just couldn't believe the scenarios that they come up with. Each movie, it seems like they have to one-up themselves because how do you do better than a massive bank vault heist that 2 cars are taking this huge vault down the streets, a runway that goes for like 7 miles long. Then there's The Rock throwing a torpedo missile at a submarine, and they have to keep coming up with crazy scenarios to top themselves. You have to be able to shut your brain off for any of these Fast and Furious movies. I mean, besides the first one, all the other ones are like in a realm of surrealism and car fantasy. It's like Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you think about these things too much, you're like, none of this makes sense, this would never work. You have to be able to come into these movies with a different mindset than when you go see a film like The Green Knight or Schindler's List. Have to be able to have the right mindset going into the film. So anyone who's like, these movies are trash, and they're supposed to be trash, guys. Like, they're not trying to be Academy Award winning films. Drink Corona, stay loyal to your family, and drive cars fast. And as long as you can grasp that, these movies are crazy, amazing action movies. Like, they are really well done. The stunt work is amazing. Again, Justin Lin in this movie, the stunts are unreal. There is a lot of CGI, yes, but there is a lot of practical stunts and cars getting wrecked and people doing, you know, fight scenes. And there's real stunts being done, and they are gorgeous. The Fast and Furious franchise really has a great formula down to create an interesting world and fun to play in that world and with these characters. I just like their dynamics as a team. So all of that stuff is there, and it's great. Something different about this film that I really enjoyed was that Dom admits at some point that he is wrong in this film. Think about Dom as a character from the whole entire series. He's almost like never wrong. He's always on the right side. He's always 5-6 steps ahead of the bad guys. He never messes up. This film actually has him messing up. I like that about this film. We actually saw some flaws in him. We actually saw some defects besides him just being like the criminal, you know, the criminal that we all love. Vin Diesel brought up his acting game. Maybe that's because he's acting alongside of like Charlize Theron, Helen Mirren. Yes, there's magnets, and a car does a Tarzan vines flip through the air as another car gets magnetized onto an airplane. So if you're there for that kind of stuff, you're gonna love this film. Yes, some of the storytelling aspects I wasn't a fan of. They just retcon everything. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, he had this secret brother. Retcon whatever they want to tell their story, which is fine, but that's what makes these movies feel very ridiculous. And I know even Roman, played hilariously by Tyrese Gibson, in this movie, he's always kind of like the audience's eyes into this world. He's always making comments about how crazy the stuff is that they do and how that they should be dead and maybe they're all superheroes. And like, he actually addresses those kind of things in this movie, which is a really funny meta commentary about the film franchise themselves. I have to say, I'm kind of done with this franchise at this point. Oh, boo, boo. The ridiculousness of it. And it's just so fantasy at this point that they might as well be superheroes in cars. I mean, really, that's what they are. There's a great podcast I love listening to, How Did This Get Made? And they predicted years ago when they were talking about Fast and Furious 7, these guys are eventually going to go to space, cars in space. And they do it in this movie, and it's like, what? That's the level we're at now. Like, eventually we're gonna have like space wars with cars. Let's wrap this up. I really think they should have ended this franchise back with Fast 7. That's another thing. What's with all the titles? Why is it like Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, F7, Fate of the Furious? These titles. How Did This Get Made? Predicted they were going to space, and they were right. And that's pretty funny, but it's also pretty ridiculous. Of course, there's a bunch of big plot holes in this movie. There's a bunch of storyline stuff that makes no sense. The laws of physics are broken continuously, so there's just a lot of inconsistencies with this universe, with this world, with these characters. With this, it was very reliant on CGI a lot of times, and you could see it. I mean, there is some great stunts with like the convoy truck going upside down, John Cena ziplining across the city, which makes no sense, but the action scene that falls was really great. They released everything in the trailer, so you see everything in the trailer, you know, Han's coming back, and I just wish that they wouldn't show that stuff, that they would just let it be a surprise. And I think it would just be so much better, because I kind of knew everything that was coming, everything that happened I expected, and it's just, these aren't surprising anymore, they're just entertaining. But at this point, even though the spectacle is amazing, they're getting a little boring and formulaic. Overall, you'll have a great time with this film though. It is so fun. It is a kind of a middle in the ground for me, because yes, I'm entertained by these films, but I don't really get that much out of them in the end. I'm gonna go ahead and give F9, The Fast Saga, a C+. So what did you guys think of F9? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I want to hear what your favorite Fast and Furious film is. Fast 5 is mine. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below, and while you're down there, click like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, you can check out my playlist for my 2021 films I've reviewed so far. Thank you so much for checking out Mr. Teach Film Preach. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.